On this episode of Around the Corner, we brought you to Rogers, here to the Anime Cafe.
Yeah, when you walk in the cafe, you get to learn about Japanese culture, get yourself a boba tea, or even come just to hang out. But the best part is there's a really neat story behind it.
Yeah, this owner was really young when she came up with the idea and even opened it. She's gonna tell us her story. Let's go meet Lisa. Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
All right, so what should we try? What's your favorite drink?
Let me think. Let me surprise you. Hey guys, I brought you guys a strawberry bubble tea with strawberry popping boba.
Ooh, that looks fantastic.
Yes, it does.
Kind of start from the beginning, before you opened the cafe. Where did the idea come from?
I was around 13 years old when I got into anime, Japanese pop culture. It was a trip to California, I remember. I was going to see family and I tried boba or bubble tea for the first time. So when I came back home from California and realized there were no boba shops to be seen in Arkansas, and I thought of this idea, Mom, wouldn't it be cool if there was like a shop that sold anime stuff and also sold bubble tea, just everything that I liked. And we could call it Anime Cafe because it rhymes. So I was just going off, prattling on, and to my surprise, she just looks at me and she's like, okay, let's do it.
What is exactly boba tea for those who don't know? Explain that.
It's called different things, so you can call it bubble tea or boba tea. It's a tea-based drink, has flavoring, and at the bottom there are these little things called boba. And so that's kind of what makes it special. So boba has different textures. It can be like a gummy texture. It could be more chewy. You have ones that are filled with fruit juice.
As a high schooler opening this business, there's a line out the door. Do you remember those emotions when you looked out and saw all these people supporting your dream?
Yes, I was taken aback. I was surprised, obviously. I didn't have time to be surprised though, because I was in the back making drinks.
You mentioned your parents helped you a lot at the beginning. Are they still helping today?
Absolutely, yes, they are. My mom has previous business experience. She kind of passed some of her wisdom on to me, and then my dad is also on board, He's like, if she's on board, I'm on board, and they're just such supportive people, and I'm so glad to have them in my life.
Any advice for any maybe younger kids who maybe want to do something similar?
I think it's really important, to just follow your heart and follow your dreams. I think when you have a big passion for something, that completely outweighs the troubles or the challenges you're going to face because you're going at it with a full heart. I think it's important to live from the heart no matter what you do.
All right, so definitely a really neat cafe here at Anime Cafe, and we're gonna try boba tea.
Yeah, let's do it.
Ready?
Cheers.
Okay. That's good.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
These are the gummy ones, I think.
Yeah, it sort of pops in your mouth. All right, if you haven't tried these, check them out, right?
You gotta do it. And
Something
you
new.
got these snacks. I think I need these Japanese ramen noodles.
All right, let's take them. We'll see you next time on
Around the Corner.
Let me see.
Or those little chocolate cookies.
These look good.
On this week's episode of Around the Corner, we made our way to downtown Springdale to a new community hub, Casa Magnolia.
Yeah, definitely. Whether you just want a good cup of coffee, you're an artist, you just want to be a part of the community, this is the place.
Should we go check it out?
Let's go.
Hello.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thanks for being here. I'm so glad you guys are here.
Thank you. It's just a beautiful place. We can't wait to see it. Will you give us a tour?
Yes. Here is the piano room. It was actually in President Clinton's house. It's 125 years old. Casa Magnolia has to do with the activation with music, just a platform, a hub for artists, music, culture, all of the elements in one single place so we can improve the quality of life of people. I will show you guys through our collaborations with Two Friends Bookstores. It's an independent bookstore that has an arm as a nonprofit here specifically for Casa Magnolia. And what we have is a multilingual literacy program, a pay-what-you-can bookstore. And we have from bestsellers to novels to kids bilingual, kids section. Some of the things that I'm really proud of is the fact that we have a lot of people coming over to donate their books.
So what made y'all think of the idea of having this kind of library open to the community?
Well, I think there is a need for that. I think there is a need for our children to read more. We have an incentivized program for the kids. If they come to read, and they give us their overall summary of what they read through this book, they get a free little cone. We have a small element of bakery in the back, so we make and bake our own bread. We craft our own ice cream here in-house, and we have really good collaborations with our coffee partners. These are original art signed by the artist. This one, for instance, is called Plantando Soles, painting suns. So they all have meaning, a very special meaning of a person taking care of Earth. Octavio Logo is the artist that we've been working with for many years, and this particular one has to do with the empowerment of women in Chiapas, Mexico, for instance. There will be narratives here so that people can understand what each one of these represents. We have some drinks here.
Oh! Oh, thank you.
Ice vanilla latte. Cappuccino.
Oh,
Rose latte.
thank you.
Thank you. You're busy enough. You
Yes.
said multiple farms, we have multiple food trucks. You were just nominated for a James Beard as Best Chef. You have Yayos. And so it's not like you had all this extra spare time, but this has been something that y'all been working on for a few years. What was the driving force? Why did you feel like there was such a need for this in the community?
I want to make a difference. I want to make sure that people understand what we're all about and that they understand that we can improve the quality of life through small things like a good coffee for everyone. You know, it has a purpose, and the purpose is being a hub for music, culture, unique offerings such as coffee, Mexican food, that is a little bit more on the conscious side, if you will. So we don't cut corners. We believe that a process of making the food is almost sacred, if you will. It has a meaning. It nourishes. It shows the bounty that Northwest Arkansas has to offer, and we are part of it.
All right, you definitely have to check out Casa Magnolia. Not only to have a great time, great coffee, we felt a sense of community here.
Yeah, we feel like we're right at home. And one of the best parts about this home is it has a really good homemade ice cream. So before we go, I think I have to try the birthday cake.
And chocolate abuelita, please.
Oh, thank you.
Abuelita. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, Raphael.
That's delicious.
All right, we're gonna try this. See you next time on.
Already
Around
did.
the corner. That's
So
good.
Your cup of coffee in the morning and that little quick interaction can make or break your day, and I like to think that we make a lot of days.
All right, if you're a coffee lover, this one's the best, and right here in our own backyard.
Yeah, we're here in downtown Rogers at Onyx Coffee Lab.
Yeah, the world's 100 best coffee shops has named them #2 in the world and #1 best coffee in North America.
And while we're not surprised, we're here to find out the answers for you, why they were named that. We're here with Alika, and he's gonna show us around behind the scenes.
Whether you just want to come in and have a $2 cup of coffee, you're going to have that, or whether you want a fancy coffee, I like that it reflects the community around it and not just a certain demographic or certain stereotype. This is all the different kinds for the week.
This is just for the
Yeah.
week? Oh,
Just for the week mostly. And then what you can kind of hear is our coffee roastery. This is where most of our production blends are getting finished. So this is green unroasted coffee. So this is how we receive it in those packages. So our fun little Wonkavator, all of our roasted product is getting vacuumed downstairs. This is our optical color sorter. So this is where that Wonkavator leads to. It separates the coffee into a single layer and then uses little puffs of air to kick out defective beans. So you can see fairly uniform in color and size. And if I pull out a handful of what it has rejected, we have some darker beans, we have some lighter beans. And this is our training lab. So you can see the same mod bar espresso setup that we have upstairs. Well, before you leave, let's hop behind bar. Why don't we get y'all trained up a little bit?
Let's do
like
it
our
and learn
baristas.
how to make coffee.
I'm gonna pass you off to Vanessa.
hi Vanessa.
She is our head of research and development as well as public education. So you are in good hands.
We're gonna make some drinks.
Okay,
You're gonna make some customer drinks for us. We're pretty excited. So this is the espresso machine here. Put that in the grinder, push it in all the way, let go. Oh, hold on, it's gonna, oh no. I'm gonna put this in my tamper, which is back here, and we're gonna go ahead and put it back in the group head. Pull snug, as tight as you can on that.
Check it out.
It's full in espresso. Seconds of aeration, and then I just submerge the whole steam wand. Put your hand down here. We wanna feel for temperatures, and then you're just gonna stay right there until it's too hot to touch. And then I'm gonna get down low and pour that little heart on top.
Wow.
Pour a little heavier, move out to the middle. Out heavy, 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 heavy. There you go. Up and through. Nice. We got a blob.
I got a blob.
Pour heavy, heavy, heavy. Keep going, heavier, heavier. Up and through. There you go. Nice.
Yes.
I tried to do something. You got some good contrast. That was awesome.
Vanessa, thank you so much for teaching us everything there is to know about a great cup of coffee. And Tiffany, you did pretty good.
We did great.
You did great.
Picasso.
Cheers,
Where to
ladies.
go. Cheers.
We'll see you next time on
Around the corner. Spring has sprung, so on this week's Around the Corner, we want to show you somewhere where you can come outside and enjoy the spring weather.
Yeah, we're at a tulip farm this time, but not just any tulip farm. This one's special because it has a special mission. Let's check it out. All right, we're here with Kelly Jensen with True Colors Farm in Centerton, and we want to know, what is True Colors Farm?
Yes, so True Colors Farm is the first U-Pick and the only nonprofit tulip farm in the area. We are a nonprofit that serves neurodivergent adults here in Northwest Arkansas, and we wanted to find a way to bring awareness to the barriers that neurodivergent adults face. So we hire inclusively, we pay a fair wage, and we teach employable skills, but it's more than just being the tulip farm that hires inclusively. It's more about teaching and educating the community on how they can provide opportunities and be more inclusive.
So we heard that Cody is the tulip farm manager.
The famous one.
Right, he knows everything, right?
That's right,
Can we meet him?
Oh my gosh, he would love
Will
it.
you take us to meet him?
Yes,
okay,
absolutely.
Let's go.
I make sure our team taking breaks.
That's a
Not
good
like-
one. That's a good manager
Yeah.
right there.
I like to tell family to how you pick flowers.
So will you show us how to pick the flowers?
Yes.
So is there a certain technique?
Go all the way down
Okay.
and pull straight up.
Oh, perfect.
When we have right then.
We hand plant 100,000 tulip bulbs with the help of the community, so every single bulb is touched by someone in this community.
You better do it right.
You heard it here. You better do it right.
Here it goes.
That number one tip.
That is the #1 tip. You better do it right.
I'm nervous.
You did it! Oh, I
you
didn't
get
do
it?
it right.
I really let it slide.
This is the early part. They will be popping and beautiful. I would say the second week of April will be at their fullest. There will be 100,000 very beautiful colors out there. With each tulip bulb sold, we are opening a transition academy so that we can help neurodivergent adults continue their education, unlock desires and skills that they might not have known that they had, help them get full-time jobs, and then ultimately an inclusive subdivision so that there is permanency and a place to call home.
So Cody, we picked our entire bucket of tulips. We need to wrap them up now. Will you show us how?
We're gonna take them home.
Some broken one for you.
I know, Cody. I tried.
All right, make sure you guys come out and check out the tulip farm. You're gonna get a beautiful bouquet, but so much more.
So much more. You get
That's
these
right.
memories, right?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you next time on
Around the corner.